Hello everybody and welcome to Commerce World's Strongest Man. Here we are up in the Hollywood Hills.
Gerard van Staden, South Africa.
Mikhail Shivlyakov, Russia.
Scott Cummins, Canada.
Martin Wildauer, Austria.
Graham Hicks, England.
Brian Shaw, United States.
The first test is the loading race from the Commerce Hotel and Casino, and that's where we join Colin Bryce and first Martin Haven for the action.
Thank you, James. Now, the one thing we know about a blacksmith anvil is that it was put in position to stay where it was left at all times.
Ladies and gentlemen,
now the remaining three contenders will try and beat Van Staden's time, starting with Mikhail Shivlyakov, wearing the beret of the Russian Marine, the aerospace engineer from Morecambe. And he has got a good turn of speed. The Russian has the lead at the moment. Now, everybody is looking in this heat of 6 athletes to Shaw to set the benchmark to be the leader. But at the moment, he is lying third in this race.
And that was so quick off the floor by Hicks. But he's playing a clever game here, Shaw. He's experienced, he knows the others will tire, and Shivlyakov has already made panicky mistakes.
Oh, Hicks is struggling to get that one up. He goes from first to third. Shivlyakov coming in second, 41.80. Got it onto the platform. Up, 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 up. They're shouting from the crowd. I don't know what that translates to into.
Coming up, it's an event that surely won't suit Hicks's relatively short stature. Fingers, fingers. These 5 enormously heavy steel poles will certainly take some flipping effort.
please welcome from the
Martin
United
Wildauer, our
States
leader, then
America,
4 fingers in
Brian
26.80. Brian Shaw, you have got to expect to do all 5. He leads after the first heat. Made the anvil race look very straightforward. And Mikhail Shivlyakov, though, could perhaps have been the winner, but for that fumble. And maybe like Lawrence Charlet in our 4th heat, he's going to be spurred on by that disappointment from the opener to really blaze through. And he's giving Brian Shaw a fantastic race for his money here.
Well, Shaw has to be a massive favourite for this. He's 6'8" tall. He's best part of 200 kilograms in body weight. He's got everything you need to be good at this. Shivlyakov, first time ever at World's Strongest Man. First time ever doing the fingers. And look at this, Shaw. He's done a fast 4. I'm not sure he's even going to do the 5th.
But he may be saving the energy for the finals, never mind for this competition.
But look at this. He's waiting to see whether Shivlyakov can get this one over or even up, and then he'll attack it.
This is shades of the 1970s and 80s, isn't it? Cold War, Russia versus America. Shaw is sitting out, and Shivlyakov can't manage the 5th. Blitzes through. Martin Wildauer, second fastest. Shivlyakov, better performance there in 4th.
Well, Shivlyakov kept going his first time at it, but look at Brian Shaw. Massive long arms, 3 or 4 pushes, and it's virtually over.
And the next chance for Shaw to shine will come from Paramount Studios. It's the deadlift.
Well, there'll be dead muscles by the end of this as well. The deadlift cage starts at 280 kilos, 44 stone.
representing Russia,
Mikhail Shivlyakov.
Shivlyakov.
The Russian getting himself psyched up. Ready to take on this challenge. He knows he needs 6 to try and win this event.
Down. Lift.
Just such an aggressive attitude towards all of the events.
Down.
There is not a spare ounce on him, is there? He is so muscular.
He's just almost a little too nervous. Wants it too much. You can see he's faffing around there with his straps, and that's costing him time. That's something that just shouldn't be a problem at all.
Going for rep number 5, but the time won't be, but he can't get to the knees. Defeated at 5, and that will leave him in 4th spot.
With a time of 30.13 seconds, 5 lifts. Mikhail Shivlyakov.
Well, I can only assume his tactics, if he had some there, were to try and do as many reps as possible. Forget the time, keep taking breaks. It didn't pay off.
Ladies and gentlemen.
coming up shortly, an event that's going to be of particular interest to the locals here. California is the state with the highest proportion of car ownership in the USA, and what better way to encourage all those drivers to go out and do some exercise than one of these. It's a splendid little nippy city run around, bags of room, lovely big sunroof, and best of all, because it's completely minus an engine, it's 100% green. Yeah, they're going to be carrying this baby, so those zero emissions. Well, not from the vehicle anyway. Yabba dabba do then on World's Strongest Man.
Thank you, Barney Rubble. So for Fred Flintstone lookalikes, it's a very easy job. Pick the car up, walk down the course, put the car down. And the only wrinkle there is the 71.5 stone weight of this engineless vehicle. So on no horsepower and 1 manpower, Shivlyakov at the line. Scott coming from Canada, 24.8 meters, didn't quite get to the line. So now, let's see if the Russian can fare a little better than our Canadian.
Well, we've seen he kind of attacks events with just too much gusto at times, and it's the kind of event where you really have to get your balance and keep it, but so far, so good.
Well, the problem with all this weight is once it starts moving, it drives you rather than the other way around. We've seen it before. If you touch a wheel, it sends the athlete off at askew, and that's really dangerous for knees and for the lower back as well.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out all of these wheels are locked, so if they hit the ground, the rubber bites and it sends you off balance. And look at this, now he's twisted up here. This will be even trickier to get going now.
Well, the Russian is racing for the line. 60 seconds is the maximum time. He's going to be close if he gets there on time. Very close indeed. And the wheels are locked clearly to stop you rolling it any distance.
Yeah, he lunged for the line there, but he just bit short, and finally.
Well, that one hurt, and it hurt a lot. Shivlyakov, 53.94. Looks pretty disappointed with that.
This is the kind of athlete, he won't make the final this year. You can see that now. Too many mistakes. Give him another year of experience, though. He's got plenty of talent and lots of drive, that's for sure.
Bit more bulk and raw power would certainly...
And Shaw really running away with it then in the car walk. And up next, we've got the overhead lifts. Bill Kazmar's here to tell us a little bit more about that. Bill, first of all, there's an interesting battle developing there between Martin Vildar and Graham Hicks. This should be quite a good event for Graham.
It is, because he's a little bit shorter, stocky, and is able to clean and press. And it's one of his specialties, where Martin Vildar, he's taller, and it really is not one of his strength events.
Okay, this could be crucial then. Now, they look difficult, terrible grips, no, because it's hammer style.
That's right. And to get it up to the shoulders and overhead, it's going to be a lot of hard work, especially when the guys start to rest on their chest, try to get their footing. That's when it's going to bear down, collapse the lungs, inhibit their breathing, and just rob them of that oxygen.
You used to do this.
Oh, yes, back in the day, but I'm trying to remember, it's many years ago.
All right, okay. All right, well, as we mentioned, it's going to be a crucial event, this one, for Graham Hicks in his battle in this heat. Let's enjoy the action now.
Well, Bill Kazmar, former world record holder in log press, looks like he could still do a few reps, doesn't he? They've got 60 seconds in which to do as many as they can. 150 kilos, that's a 23-stone log. So those who have gone already, 4 reps for Scott Cumming. And again, you tend to run out of muscle before you run out of time. Gerd van Staden overcoming the pain of the car walk. He too has 4 reps.
Mikhail Shivlyakov.
I figure that you'll need at least half a dozen to win this without Shaw in the field. Shivlyakov up against Vildar. Now Vildar, as we've already heard, looking to try and book a place guaranteed in the final with second spot. But Graham Hicks will be chasing him down, so we need to watch the man in orange just very closely.
Now this is where Vildar struggles. He's got such long arms. He needs to hit it hard with his legs so he doesn't have to do so much work pressing out. Shivlyakov, though, stacks of upper body power.
Former powerlifting champion, Shivlyakov. Vildar, deadlifter.
Yeah, good deadlifters, often very long-armed. Not so good in the press. Shivlyakov on 4, and Vildar. His log's gone for a walk there.
He didn't get a clean rep there either, so he's still only got 2. Shivlyakov in the lead with 5. And as Vildar struggles, Vildar pulls his belt out to try and give him something to rest the log on. And he's told to tuck it back in. 6 for Shivlyakov. And Wildauer off the mat. That wasn't a clean lockout of the elbows either, so he has only 2 reps. Shivlyakov staggering under that one. Clean lift for 7. Wow, that is a real mark for everybody to attack. That gives Shaw something to do for sure. Wildauer, 2 reps. That might put second place in real jeopardy.
How many times has he been in this position in the top 2 and then lost it and not made it to the finals? Shivlyakov, though, wow. That's more than 1 every 10 seconds, 7 reps.
Well, a brave smile from Hicks, but he knows he could and maybe should have made more of one of his favourite events. Instead, it's the newcomer Shivlyakov who claims his first event win. So, Shaw in the final with 1 event to spare, Hicks and Wildauer in the hunt for that last qualifying spot. All will be decided in the final event of Heat 5, the Atlas Stones. Don't go away. Welcome back to Universal Studios, where Heat 5 is about to go out in style. Here's Cara with the details.
Thanks, James. Well, we have 1 event left in this year's qualifying section, and it is, of course, the world-famous Atlas Stones. 1 athlete's already through to the final. It's the reigning champion, Brian Shaw. So it's now time for these iconic granite spheres to work their own brand of strongman magic.
So often this legendary event has been the final decider in strongman competitions, and in all of the heats it has played its part as well. So the final test for our hopefuls. Gerhard van Staden will want to go out in a blaze of glory. Mikhail Shivlyakov could yet work himself into second place. Scott Cumming, 4 stones in 48 seconds. Brian Shaw opted not to go into this King of Stones competition. So watch the Russian in the yellow shirt. There's only 4 points covering 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And Colin, again, it comes down to the Atlas Stones.
It's such a great decider. It's a great test of back power, arm power, fitness, explosive strength, everything. Van Staden gets the 3rd on just ahead here, but it's Shivlyakov who really needs to win this.
Van Staden is having a really good run. Must be all that lion wrestling. He's got 4, and Shivlyakov misses the platform, trying to sort out the tacky on his hands to get a better grip. These things are so heavy, but the platforms are so high as well. Van Staden going for 5. Shivlyakov gets the 4th on. He almost had to bounce it on there. Van Staden wants the crowd to work him up. We're up against the time limit with Shivlyakov. He's got 5 seconds. It's not going to happen for the Russian. It is out of his hands. He's got 4. All he can do is wait to see what happens with Wildauer.
Didn't even bother with the 5th. Shivlyakov, well, a couple of mistakes. It's the story of his world's strongest man experience.
Goodbye.